right, so in this video, we're going to talk about what is drop shipping. So before we um, talk about how to do it, just want to make sure everybody understands what dropping shipping is and how you can do it. So let's dive in. All right, so drop shipping is basically the easiest way to describe it is it allows you to sell a product without having to own the inventory ahead of time, right? So there's suppliers out there that you can connect up to your TikTok shop account that when you get an order, the order gets pushed over to that supplier and then you pay for that order and it gets shipped out. Okay. So it's really nice because it allows you to not have a lot of money tied up in inventory, right? Because you don't have to purchase the product until somebody's already purchased it from you. Um, so some of the great things about dropshipping is it has a very minimal startup cost. It's pretty easy to start because you don't have to figure out all the warehousing and logistics because you have the supplier that does that for you. You have a lot of flexibility because you don't have to worry about dealing with the product, and you can also scale it pretty quickly as well. If something starts to take off, that supplier hopefully can keep up with all your orders and help you scale your business, and you can continue to add more and more products over time as you find more successful products to sell. As I mentioned before, one of the best things about the drop shipping model is there's no inventory required. You'll have a wide selection of products to choose from. It all depends on the suppliers that you're using and their product selection that they have available to you. But there's literally hundreds, if not thousands, of drop ship suppliers out there. And as mentioned previously, because you don't have to deal with the inventory aspect of warehousing it and having assistants or having a warehouse staff have to ship out those orders, that all falls on the drop shipper. It allows you to scale a lot easier. Um, so when you are looking to drop ship, there's a few things you want to do. First, you want to, we'll call step one is market research, right? So you want to identify a target market. So understand who your potential customers are, their needs, preferences, and buying behavior. You want to look at competitors in the space that are doing something similar. So look at existing businesses and the potential niche, identify what they do well and where there are gaps in the market. Right now, because TikTok's so new, there's not a lot of competition out there, and so you can almost skip over that step. Or you can look to see what your competitors are doing, and if they're doing a really good job of something, copy them. So look at market demand. So like growing trends, right? So Google Trends is something that you can research to see what's trending. Same with Google Keyword Planner. But since we're selling on TikTok, I would spend a lot of time mostly on TikTok. Look for trending products, look for what's popular, look for upcoming trends, all things like that for different products that you consider selling. All right. So step two is selecting your niche. So you can choose it based off your interests and hobbies. Selecting something that you know about can make it a lot easier because you know a lot about the product already. So just because something could sell well doesn't always make it necessarily a good product for you to sell because you have to consider your profit margins, right? And so you need to make sure that that you're able to profit. Your profit margins are kind of what you're expecting. We typically tell people, 10% on the low end as high as 40% on the high end is kind of a good range for your profit margin. So like lower valued items, like you can have a lower profit margin, but as long as they sell a really high volume, then it's fine. But it's really kind of up to you and kind of what your preferences are when it comes to that. Um, so spending some time doing hashtag research on TikTok, looking for trends on TikTok and other platforms, right? Just looking for what's trending, upcoming trends. Is a great way to get started with drop shipping. So step three is you need to find a reliable supplier. So you have to use US based suppliers. You cannot drop ship your products from China. If you drop ship your products from China, your account will get shut down. So make sure that your suppliers are US based. You need to vet your suppliers thoroughly, assess their reliability, shipping times, product quality, customer service. Looking into them, order product samples, make sure that the product is a good quality and that it's not just crap. Those are all important steps in finding a reliable supplier. But the big thing is you want to build a relationship with them, right? So have good communication with your supplier is key to solving problems quickly and efficiently as they arrive in the future. So as in life, everything's about a relationship. Your relationship with a supplier, eventual relationships that you'll build out with influencers. So, focus on building out relationships. So step 4 is creating a product listing. So this is simple. TikTok does a pretty good job at having an AI product listing creator built in, and so we'll go more into that in the future in a different lesson. But you want to make sure you use high quality images. A lot of times you can get these from the suppliers, but in case they can't get them for you, you may have to get them made. But we'll go over in another lesson how to best do that. And so some additional tips, when you're looking at drop shipping, before we go through a live example, is so you have to always be learning continuously. So e-commerce and drop shipping are rapidly evolving. So you need to kind of stay informed about new trends and tools and strategies to help grow your business. Market research is an iterative process. As you gather information, you need to refine your niche, reassess competitors, or dive deeper into market demand. So how to be successful with drop shipping is identifying a niche with good demand and work with a good, reliable supplier. Um, so dropshipping can be a great business model. It's not for everybody, right? You have to find what works best for you. But there is a lot of money that can be made with this, and it can also be really scalable. So, hopefully this kind of gives you a good overview of what dropshipping is, and we'll dive more into the next lesson.